We're going to a one-of-a-kind. I'll tell you all about that in just a moment. Northern California, well known for eating the right can help him health. And there's a concern about to make a direct to a specific food group better gluten-free food decisions. People, however, benefit of those decisions they consider right up by the dozen for a unique called Outstanding Meal. Itself a raffles the event serving up meal ingredients for celebrating to reconnecting local land and the origins of their food.
Culture has the word in it, and that people can access it, and people culture that are at work, inspiring, and it's good, substantial. It's good.
People and tall, you know, with stone squats. Like, where'd you get that? Fun, do that, and the provider going to be here today. It's fiction. I can point at the food today, and that's fun.
From November, the field will host this dish after a fest and over the artisans. The dinner tonight, the bounty on the listed here at the Organic Farm, California. Farming has seen in 10 years double-digit growth of organic in the U.S. has doubled 1990. Farmers here organic produce crops to of the here at Organic Farm, California, complete with.
Yeah, I was kind of varieties. We're just for hard or set up, just full of flavor.
Nuance, it's a really great to be able to do that, and I've never known how to spend the days.
The festival is an end at the cave. It draws more folks who show in tune. The cave has good reason to celebrate their bright shows. The vines they grow on, the Tomatoes Farm family.
These produce fruit. Weeks. So the first week is the harvest, which slowly ramps.
Thaddeus is the chief of Barsati and Bar. His parents farm in 19. They created a community-supported agriculture too to sell in Kathy.
The rumor had away tomatoes and of a food service provider. So those are cool-looking tomatoes, and save some seeds of them. Grew 10.99. I had 20 acres, but I just to plant it. I said, you know, Mom, I'll cover them all. That way she had breast cancer, so I took the summer with that 20. Been growing the program just a very long time.
Week she would do a and about the farm, and Noah, and she kind of have that final farm, and hey, your quality of delivered home is going to stay the same and continue. Important the really do as she passed it together. Hey, we're gonna take this level.
We had the choice of are we unanimous business going? No, we're going to keep.
Noah and Frank, since taking the farm, they admit not have imagined selling produce to restaurants. They operate the imported agriculture or see in the country. They for deliver fresh produce to their home. Deliver in northern and California.
The most populated area is terrific, local, and I support organic. Seasonal, it's going to be.
Works with other organic farmers, say produce delivery state to make various. The brothers coming the day in the country, 100 employees, properties across the state was.
I hear what
their parents
are amazing. Still a business model we developed in '92. We're delivery concept. You know, her basic concept, the just size. And so if she looked at it, she would see fingerprint.
Despite their working together as a family and with other parents' origination, holds on to custom key to their family's farming future.
So and coming up on where we fit in
is that we've taken our parents and we're when our kids they're going to do it about that, realizing they have good worth, understand how it works, that it's sound for them to give it.
California leads the nation in the number of farms in the U.S. Several others ramped up organic production as well. They include Wisconsin, Washington State, New York, Minnesota.
The demand grown far both in 1900 early by 2030 had grown to 1,000. Ever changed. You'll see products true labeled. We'll run down some gluten regarding where gluten-free flour cash crop family.
Getting a
market involves the field first. That's Simon and his son Brian. This there is another process.
How many went out to
South Carolina, Wyoming.
back to ship about a dozen bushels?
These buckets contain sorghum flour. Wheat flour is used to make cakes and baked goods with seeds. The extractive system selling glutens found in barley and rye.
Flour looks like a little tin than flour, but texture and consistency very close. People knows whole flour is healthier and better than white wheat. They prefer white, and customers are or they miss water. They want something as they can possibly get.
Neither usually suffer from these, and for the flour alternative, provided them with the opportunity to expand their circulation, generate back from their across the country.
A letter back that said, I make cakes for my pancakes for, and he was somebody who for their diagnosed or tell us because people phone calls and it's newly diagnosed.
60% of our customer base that have either brew or an intolerance. There's a few blank spots. For the most part, it's
Ryan are inspected on the 35 Gerald shares of water and erosion, where old are allowed to compost.
compost, you want to call it, microbial activity, all the natural occur when you dug the land.
Their recently planted crop is just at the stalks are tall as and their tops hundreds of seeds.
Hit and all they're like what you barley or
stalks are what into flour first using a and then a separating abrasive particles known as is wasted. Protein live grits are is a fourth task of farmer a heritage his grand when he an old for sorghum.
My granddad was the first Milo around back in about 9, and we've been growing it ever since.
Whether children continue the farming legacy is uncertain. Households of the heartland. Brian, definite answer.
Other things like hard to
Who say the last on the farm, people who want nothing, and Brian.
Of acres for Oklahoma. Sorghum water makes it a popular choice for farmers. Ethanol production market as a source easy for the nation.
I see as for the food industry growing, and we're not.
Sorghum in many regions are grown primarily as a syrup for sugar, but
to the dough, and gluten and breakfast and baked goods. But gluten is widely used to flavor and a protein, which means you'll find everything from soups and to salad dressings, dairy products, so labels. Why are you seeing you with lots of information these days from food processing and can have segment 1/2 to 1 suffers from celiac disease, gluten, things like other people have tolerance associated with it. So what choices that includes soups made from corn, buckwheat. Remember, the beverages, gluten. Be aware of that. Here's your glass.
Bradford. My work is involved in seed production to production in variety. That's certainly species. Seed is a large fraction critical to our future, our agriculture, but it depends upon being that are used to grow crops just every year, or at most to provide good year. Requires crops that germinate established quickly need to be improved rapidly as the environment and so on are time. For example, size of watermelon shrunk large watermelon to the small personal watermelon. New varieties, it's all done by appeal to consumer tools now that we in previous years. 20 years, our ability to has improved. I think if someone is science of seeds is a great in between the way to is in a microchip. They're the seed, and that part all of the together. It's all the effort that can do that to then add later. Fertilizer we have to add later. The pesticide we have to control diseases. Ability to now feed huge people, plant breeding people in food production to do that with, and we do varieties.
To be the start of the show, have kicked off that aim to eat healthier, menu changes, lunches, is combined with a program in Virginia where one fit local farms. Smithland School in Harrisburg, Virginia. The lunch shop mix of shows up at farmer Mark Bin shelter dropped lettuce. Sells about 300 own lettuce at schools each day. When was that?
Well, actually, this morning.
The stuff that you
It was.
salad and the locally grown lunch are.
We've always made our meals healthy. So, one of the things in several years we've vegetables, at fried foods. So the next level about trying even fresher.
The whole effort is part of a state in Virginia.
When we can.
Buy more lunch. These are.
They are available to and Virginia apple are through most of the swell and cold.
Is this marlin?
That is and lettuce. Another farmer who grew a bib and romaine and locally are.
They served up the lunch scooper. You know, ladies' favorite.
Is pork thing, especially.
All right.
And this is so country where we sort of have that connotation. Lunch lady with
that.
That is, this gives a direct portion for students. And we're using made yeast rolls of 50 and flour, which is milled locally, as well as whiskey flour that we get.
I see products here today.
Yes.
No, not necessarily the case. It can't be, right?
That's right. We are serving 100 meals a day. When we think about the that we use, it would be difficult to vision. So local and lunch.
Challenge to any effort is Mid-Virginia means pride. The school is 1% of their lunch hoping to purchase what's about 5%. Non-weather choices is an option. Not far away in the Charlottesville producer positive impact his efforts to buy the historical reminders to the school purchase flour. Wheat for
bottom line pleased us because schools are using the kids more about produce of what they and where it's producing what it all in the whole economy.
Improving school life. Childhood obesity used to grow in the
Favorite thing on your this big good. Okay.
From Stephen, Charlotte rating regionally grown into extension channel as possible.
So we have with what we do have area sort of start moving up the things are getting to around June really start into a lot of
back in the lunch early says fresh produce is one piece of the puzzle.
Food manufactured to the plate, a good job, reduce fat, make those foods still things that kids like, make them a little. Thank you.
Another advantage of buying locally grown, you only get to eat the meat. A good lesson in the classroom, products in the cat till the soil of a alliance undo. We've talked about food and have lots of great on our website, along with this and all of the shows. America's lots going on in the social media arena. Next time, right here, there as well. Heartland.
Close the land living close to the land.
Hey guys. Vol, like, tell us about the picture static system. Player.
We take Paramiscus, footed mouse.
Considered together, animals, plants, bulbs, and living things have an importance to environment. That's the National Geological Observatory. NEON comes to support national science. Researchers of all over the country, invasive species, will study how land and other ecosystems in years' time. Andrea scientist, the ambitious project.
Advanced scale understanding over the we will be collecting in
or domain measurements, specimen databases, exists everywhere.
Value of long-term data, the actual trends over time.
In front of you, Ty manager for the is field operating. He partners with Institute at a conservation forest site. 200 acres.
It's the same way by doing able to create an image that, much like the telescope. But
This 71-foot arc collector.
we're looking at temperature, at also have sensors that are in direction.
Botanists patches of time to see if it is changing. Neon to gather skies.
Have
So operates
over each of the insights and able to start on the different understanding what's a large amount of money. Really the first time that I truly invested in planets, understand what's on the planet living on. And
pulse of the one little at a time. It all adds up. And I'm miles up the end.
Vincent McCoy from Africa follows 4.com Africa VO4.
February this edition for 6 national candidates crisscross states with Tuesday. Signature segment faces the life America's sunny solar power.
I was here 50 years ago. We basically said, we have no work for you.
Ethiopia and his comebacks weekend.
PBS is our weekend. Lou was made possible with Hirsch, Bernard, and Iris. The Cheryl family, the city enabling urban, supporting and Helen Glenn, supporting journalism and inspiring walking high, music cup, optimized, and group for your retirement. Support has been by public broadcast, the corporations to your and from viewers those at Lincoln WN in New York.
Joining us, Camp 16 is in the before primary caucuses. Days from now in different states. Tennessee and Arkansas, Hillary Clinton was in Minnesota, Colorado, Oklahoma. Rival Vermont businessman Donald Trump, Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, and Governor John Johnson campaigned over and up Massachusetts. Secretary of State riding nights south 0.5% of he won 7 and captured 26% of the delegates. Clinton 140 delegates, including those party official convention. On the nominee has 8,500 to win. Tonight, Clinton was positioned general, possibly
make America. We don't need being great.
After Carolina, Nevada, Trump delegate count 2. K6 arson delegates are needed for the Republican nomination. 1,200 Rubio released returns yesterday to do the same.
Something, and it's probably Trump is clearly
today.
Make as much money as
he's not ready to read a summary of his return to the IRS him for the 10th time.
Until the I'll know it as soon as it's
lamented dominant Trump Rubio.
I think that you beat some Trump wrestling in the mud, but rather talking in your vision.
Take two
record.
Your one delegates each choose nominee. Fire in states and Russia brokered cracks on Damascus claims Syrian Assad has violated. The Syrian Human Rights said Syrian villages were airstrikes. The ceasefire government forces opposition group, not militant state group, the affiliate. Turkey is via Skype. Post reporter been up for more than hours.
Well, it's wobbly. I've had airstrikes in the north of the country as significant of the country, which is separate from the Islamic State lies in America, and America, like quite a lot of have had to go and rescue them.
The Islamic State party truce.
Party the day before they went into the town of actually is in the region that's there, and they pretty found for over the headed leader. They rampaged, and U.S. war pulled in a large number of positions, but we understand back from most people in the town are still perhaps holding some
groups believe it's true cities that these pieces are owned to a law or by out in the Russians?
Well, the rebel suspicion and how is now they've been making a really what interested is for the Syrians to abide by a truce their gains. The state has believes now that support it. This fight commits a lot of rebel time. They are at the moment deeply suspicious of truce, and it actually worked. If it now, like the front line.
In March 7th, try to restart the idea that I'm thinking that far out.
Well, after with new fighting, most people are the truce. The world long enough, determined to have, and they could allies even if
It's live. The Washington us via
Thank you.
Tap in Turkey halted rescue Russian officials at a coal mine explosion. 36 people last week Thursday in of the Arctic Circle collapsed, but trapped underground. 81. Another explosion killed 5 before the operation was called off. Should Americans be willing to function in the November election? Or at PBS News Hour or and the number of homes with roof systems from 48 6 years ago to 900 homes today. Federal drop in the but across solar panels, the utility company as a threat are challenging financial benefits have come to expect to generate their own electricity. Playing out one place that utility charge for top solar taking effect. Special correspondent John Larson reports on the future of solar and how across the
country. In Nevada Times testimony on electricity and more run up to a Las voting solar. We should not destroy.
Talk to your representatives this.
The clash, the envy and surging solar has all the more industry.
We on our own
Heavyweight battle at stake. Future of solar in one of the places in the country and how they affect every day. Craig.
The 115. That was a.
Carol's moved to a community.
What did the energy towards summer?
Crept high conditioning kick.
Notice
and our bill rose to $50
a month. Yeah. Electric bill, insulation, and sun blocking ultraviolet. Then they decided the Carol
got
solar panel bedroom home. Government rebates and credits from the company reduced their out of cost by 40% itself through electric bills. On average, the bills drop 95%.
So in the summer, you had been paying now what more?
$15.
Their bill.
That's
because there's most of their and special rate called Net Country metering to sell or their solar rate during the day and buy the utility company back at federal and state. That increased the amount of top solar in 2015 for becoming the fastest growing in the country. Climate change, top solar free.
Inspect it
with one of the high
that you can turn
employment thousands. Some city, the largest roof solar company. Customer call grant built in Vegas. Pell, executive president for
that is a great 320 for solar, right? And the bits, and we're giving fixed our cost.
But Pell said monopoly that is
solar monopolies are
top solar
before we build more to so they can make right out of that app solar panels everywhere. And we say, hey guys, all these homes, and you don't need more power plants. We're going to make next year. Then the utility goes, well.
Now, after heavy utility, Nevada and Solarscape last public utility third Nevada all the basics cited for rooftop solar cents a month. The began and will be full. The commission on over 12 MV needed customers with rooftop for 11, but instead let them 5% sale rate.
The power company, in other words, really charge people more with rooftop them less for the power roof.
No public utility, citing the commissioners would agree, but Rex regulator Anne Marie Cooper for the commission.
The customer who are participating costs to share the utility system, the party to your home.
Cuneo were based on the energy. Solar users provided not paying their fair share of the elites.
Those costs were getting shifted to customers. According
to was being shifted.
Utilities was about
they would agree to an
$8 a year.
But in a written state news hour, the metering debate is about NV said, G being pro anti-solar. The new net metering rules in Nevada solar customer subsidy $1 million, which will the next 12 years. Brown is policy group receives funds from utility, leaves rooftop solar paid to money companies. They sell utilities.
You're basically retail, it's a wholesale. What's happened is that it's way far more competitive. The market has become full with energy. The
opposing sides strongly disagree. There really isn't, and if there, what that costs solar will be. Last year, Public Utility Committee reviewed the issue. Asked the commission to of rooftop solar only the but none
of distributing
because this benefit
recommendation.
This was a attempting study of cost.
Right.
There are the other customers.
Reno, Nevada's solar company called began as soon as they opened their order.
We've got his blueprint.
Project and a manager, Travis Miller, is in limbo. Dollars of
How's your business?
Business not a since December.
Adding to its trouble, Works recently 3-year warehouse or office.
Literally, it's empty for the next
few.
How?
There's not a single truck. There's not a single.
Back in jobs.
None. It was bust.
500.
I mean, people in and out. This is the best warehouse in the country.
None of the 17 rooftop solar panels, like Pat Carroll, are from the news go up. They'll
They've rules the game. We decided to have that content to put it up on. Now
we have curator out here. A little. We did not have four.
Put it up.
Their benefit for
utility contractor regeneratory operation homeowners are being unfairly penalized.
I don't know where they got a deal that they were utilities agreement says that the rates can.
Meantime, have effectively a top solar data down of the Harvard net metering policy full rate for their its use has out
was never meant. Why would we develop permanent subsidy of any technology if you're going to have it's term, it's home. Solar declining rapidly past the commercial.
Would design a
good things.
Solar City's new Vegas, the company call center, and suddenly customers position of where
it should be public to this
and workers the state's voters top solar.
You lost your job.
Signature for the pre to get a November.
Film world attention to Holly's 8th annual night. We one emerger has earned fame and unexpected his native reports. The news.
In the opening, Lamb taking apes recognized as India, not a place
known and unfortunately missed part of the world.
Is Lekka's first film, tale of legal innocence, cultural richness, and an ode. Ethiopia, a nation of 100. The people in Zeleke on the festival. An Ethiopian wanted to be screened event. Zeleke on magazine's 10 screen. This night, Ephraim, who lived with his uncle, to watch list a drought. His mother in Ad. His father needs his capital. Threatens for Ephraim's bull for Zeleke says and a is like his left famine and civil 10 as in D.C. 1980s with his father. Barely knew.
They called me the lucky key. But it was a nightmare because everyone I knew.
I want only to tell him, but to Ethiopia's landscape and rich tradition.
You don't hear about Ethiopia, full Africa way of being.
Mostly, case 50 for 30 in remote that lacked electricity.
The farmers, we were aliens with objects. You know what we were doing was to gain their trust. So,
Ethiopian, but all the actor acted auditioned seasonally before. People half uncertain, like our traditional coffee.
You know, forget the normal holiday and things like those. Or
Ethiopia's the challenges and famine in the country. Lamb, all aspects of the culture. Additional Ephraim. Ephraim's teen own Mary. Instead, time reading the news, actually runs away. Zeleke says the true home in search of Ethiopian life.
Defiance. That was the gender part, because these kids from are for the future, I think, more educated, different genders, more equal, and free.
Will screen it throughout the U.S. on iTunes, Amazon, and later this year. Hopes his Leke says hearing up and finding will resonate with audiences here. It has a broad.
Really part of what I do is to connect as an but you know, we're the same.
This is PB's Our Weekend Day.
ISIS has carried assaults on civilians today on the Iraqi security base on the outskirts of government soldiers, capital, and killed 4 soldiers, according to Iraqi officials. ISIS already for today's put outside bombings market, 2 motorcycles, Louisville, and more than 100. At least 7 votes in national election. Moderates aligned President Hassan sweeping all military seats contested in his party in a majority of the 90-seat parliament. This could be Rouhani, who reached an armament deal from expected before. Kelly returns today after 40 consecutive space record for an American. This is a photo of yesterday's sunrise from Kelly, who's been. This was his last move board posted today for the International Space Pair astronaut mission to Kelly's Wednesday in of a year.
No sun, ice, exactly the same. Spent here in 130 million miles. The tragedy worth it, part of something yourself.
The Oscars aren't this weekend. The Golden Berry, the Steve Office hit, was Gray movie in a tie, so flop, for Academy Awards winner and online PBS. On tomorrow night's /news, latest on candidates widening a line for Super News Hour Weekend. That's all for this. Have a good night.
This news hour is made possible by Louis B. Ashfeld, Bernard, and Judy and Johns. Philip Mills Foundation, enabling progress. The Job supporting journalism and Glessner Farms and Inspire. Walking High. Corporate provided by Mutual of America, designing retirement individual. That's why retirement company. Additional provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and PBS State Distribution. Like you. Thank you.
From the Sunny Sports, and this is Ray. Follow us on for go to /VO Facebook.com.
Join us. First is Motor Week, Motor City. Goss has an with American Internet Attack. Mass slick way. And move ahead. Winter tire. Chevrolet. Drive with us.
Years of Motive Magazine television's
Temperature has had low in Missouri, but that experience Detroit's 2006 where it's also show. American Internet, all of this year have a headliners free.
2015 good year for sales, and they came for more ahead. Plenty of new tools. Good time. That seemed like, but when it comes to it can't be beaten. FCA from platform retooled, so it's out 2007. Shapely Pacifica, dated Penta 100 like front, 60 degree 6 power, better stow opening for rear hand sliders. It's a full 30 range is now up. She'll be saying good again. With all of the logos on 1940, this one coming as years, we saw 70 editions across the year after as a concession Lincoln Continental rock. Less executed outside standard objects, it could have been a new eco. That's what the long in the luxury car game brand needs. Were quieter and where Ford Fusion facelift for their saving the flick up. New crew cab as wounded cab. Both up turbo V speed track, more off-road over at the than ever. Booth, a version of their 2000 along with the Cruise competition version EV after it's a week prior. So far GM on the $30 price point. Now all that see if it lives 100-mile plus claims. It was for the row from the bold the Hill Buick Coupe, just a, but if it ever rooms, it modeled the brand new. Definitely destined to line up for this two-row Buick crossover. Visor will be the China model, and the timing Detroit auto can be better. The long over. Speaking of EMC, a second generation 3-row curled, the still here. So and a bigger looking at eyes to better compete of the Honda Toyota Highlander. Heinrich around listed former launch VLS Bob is Carbon 5-1 a Viper. Brand just caps things view when we return later in this North National story this week. Louisville, Kentucky Trucking Company, where a family in 2000 alternative fuels bought one truck to see it handle over 8 miles of results, decided to expand G fleet with more coming trucks. The goal is to add 2018 100 by 2 M&M's has savings and carbon.
It's a million miles. Trucks we've ran approximately 11 grams clean. Do some significant.
$1,000 county grant help CNG truck and the access CNG tools up at this new run by Smart Green Clean Fuel to sustain that show freight hauling. Rubber that got you to be was at best. To snow just hadn't figured. Tires are one of them. So time to the entire with Zach Matt for the edge in free.
While we humans certain situations, just tires. Just it's off to Indiana of Notre Dame's Irish.
A hockey puck. Rubber. I've been around understand what it's got much experience. Car tires, think twice today.
I've been through snow
all season tire.
Front, rear, and all of every vehicle, all equipped tires. How they've all got personality.
Say if it's about putting winter to death, it's
impression that there's nothing that you can do. This isn't the
they go, you're gonna wrong. I say your foot brake pedal, pressure on the brake.
This is cool. It's where hockey players ripping heads off. One car, a PM, the other is a quick tire. Bridgestone Blizzard tires.
Maybe the most thoughts will be pretty interesting.
Then we'll really get moving. But another one doing so because it has tires that vehicle has.
You may not, but nature is the worst engineer. It was actually studied what the folks that grips the ice. They discovered their multi in their Blizzak.
The Blizzak. There's 3 pack pound. Cells depth, a bench to disperse, along with the balls to grip the ice. Okay, time to always and see
an OEM too. Is down the gas, down the brake bus. We still can
that run the cold. Now, time to properly equip.
All right, the Blizzaks are getting traction on the brakes.
Later, out of a similar, not as the Takata, happening is that there's too much pressure that builds it when it goes on, and this